Hi, this is Roger Sitkins, Agency Results Coach, and I want to welcome you to the 8-week challenge. You've already gone through and taken your agency results assessment. And the assessment, which is part of a plan always tells you, where am I today? Where do I want to go? How will I get there? The assessment allowed you to go through the 8 levers that we know have to be in place to get the type of results you want in your agency. Now, as you know, when I talk about results, I'm talking about the results that you want. Everybody wants something different. We're going to help you dream a little bit bigger. We're going to help you think about this agency that you've always dreamt about and allow you to start making choices of how it gets there. Because the thing I know is the agency you want to create is about making choices, not chances, not taking chances. It's choice, not chance. So what we're going to do is work on changing a lot in your agency today. And one of the things I want you to really understand in this whole process is how you can get more out of the program. I think it's important you understand the thinking that you and your team will go through as you work with me. Not everybody embraces change. I understand that. You're one of those, as we call them, 2%ers. We know that only 2% of independent insurance agencies can truly implement long-term, meaningful change. Well, the ones that can do that are the ones that understand we've got to change our thinking. See, when most people begin implementing change in their organization, and they look at the thinking box, if you will, what happens is there are 2 things they get concerned about. What's the culture of my agency? In other words, the language and behaviors that are normal. And then what are the processes that we follow? Well, when most people implement change, they start down here at the processes. And we have a meeting about our renewal process, our claims process, our sales process, okay? But we don't ever really talk about the culture, the language and behaviors, in other words, the habits that we want to be normal. So what we see, and I'm going to talk to you about this more when we get into the leadership lever, but I wanted you to be aware of it here. This is what will happen to you if you're like most of the agencies we've worked with through the years. You'll go through 3 phases. In phase number 1, we want you to spend 80% of your time, your thinking, your energy around culture. What do we want this place to become? What do we want the behaviors to be, the habits to be? What is it going to look like, feel like? That's culture. And only spend 20% of your time on process, okay? Then you'll get into phase 2, and it'll be 50-50. We can spend time talking about culture, but now we can start saying, okay, what are some of the processes that support the culture? And then when you get to phase 3, if you're really doing a good job of implementing, you'll see that now you can spend about 80% of your effort saying, what are the processes that support the culture, the language, behaviors that we want to be normal in our company? So 80% on process and only 20% on the culture. Now, you'll see the diagonal in here. It's in here for a purpose. Most times when people have discussions about processes, 2 weeks, 3 weeks later, they'll be sitting there talking and they'll say, gosh, I thought we agreed we'd do this different. I thought we agreed we'd do that different. And somebody will say, but the people just didn't buy in. Well, it's because they weren't part of the overall thinking. You've got to get your other people involved in the strategies we're going to be talking about for the next 8 weeks. We see that the more buy-in you get, because you're bringing people in, they understand the culture, they understand the end in mind, and then we start saying what processes support that culture, that's where you're really going to get the big change. Now, each week, you'll have the video, and you'll have a PDF, which will be a workbook where you can take notes. There'll be several tools that'll come with the various weeks that we go through. You'll have all of those tools, and it's going to allow you, the workbook's going to allow you to filter. You'll take a lot of notes. You will not agree with 100% of what I talk about. It's your agency, not mine. I'm sharing what I've learned in 30-some years. It's still your agency. You won't agree with everything, but those things you agree with, you'll put them in your workbook, and then you'll start filtering down. And I'll remind you this at the end of each week to make sure you're reviewing your workbook, filter down to the most important issues. Now, here's what's important for you. Right now, as soon as you're done, go to your calendar and pick a day each week for the next 8 weeks that you're going to be a part of the Sitkins video. You're going to be going through your agency results game plan, your 8-week challenge, and put them right on your calendar. And if you have other owners, other managers, senior people you want to be part of this, get it on their calendar too. Make it a standing appointment to work on your agency, not in your agency. I'm going to challenge your thinking. We're going to have a lot of fun together. You will be a better agency. We're going to design that agency you're dreaming of. And again, it will not be just because we got lucky. It's choice, not chance. You're going to be a 2%er. We're going to have a lot of fun. I'll see you in a week.